Welcome back. It is Sports Central, and my name is Blyden Kim. The guy is still here with me in the studio. No substitution today, and the conversation continues even further. We're David ready for the action as usual, and let's talk about football from African scene first, or Nigerian scene. Well, it would be that President Bola Tinubu has approved $1.3 million for the Super Eagles in preparation for the AFCON. Well, David, I'll begin with you here. Every time we talk about it, the ministry gets to approve certain amount of money for these teams going to the tournament. And the question always comes back, what's the money they earn at tournaments? What are they using it for? But it seems to be good preparation for them. Thank goodness the president did this, approved the same amount of money for them. And many are saying it could help in the backlog of debts owed to the coach, Jose Pizarro, and also help further bonuses for the players.
Absolutely. I think it will also add a lot, particularly because we also hear some match bonuses way back 3 years back haven't been paid to some of the players. So I think it's also in a way to try to side them out, motivate them ahead of the competition.
I have a problem. I have a problem, guys. I have a problem. Now, here's my problem. This money is meant for the tournament. Why are we talking about arrears? And it shows you where we are as a country.
Well, according to reports coming in, part of the reason they gave the money was so that it could offset certain arrears.
Yeah,
that's the reason.
That's my problem.
So
why are we talking about arrears?
I'm looking at it.
Mary's been forthcoming. You're sounding as if you're just stepping your ground on Nigeria today. We've talked about it repeatedly. It's been there. Not necessarily it's good enough, but it's been there.
I know, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yes, it doesn't.
It doesn't make any sense. Let's move on from talking about arrears.
Well, I just feel maybe it's another way to side these players out to do a lot better. Because how
much are you giving to Victor Osimhen?
It would have been given long before.
Well, not necessarily about Victor Osimhen. Let's look at Coach Jose Pizarro. He's not being motivated, being owed lots of money after dropping his salary level from $75,000 a month and downward. Are still not being paid. That's concerning on the other hand. But it could offset some of those bills and some coaches within the ranks who are not given contract. But the question I get to ask is 1.3 million. By the time you start paying this, what's remaining?
That's my point. That's what I'm going to. Why are we talking about this money? Is supposed to be for this competition. So say you offset, Pizarro's wage bill. He's getting 50,000 right a month. So he's been owed for 6 months according to what we've heard so far. That's like 1 point something already. No, it wouldn't be
300,000.
300,000 rather. That's 300k. And that's 1 million is now left. How about the players and how much they're going to stay at the hotels, facilities and all that?
It goes on to bring the conversation. You can't tell me that there's no money in the coffers of the NFF. Maybe this should be just as a support. But let's talk about potentiality of getting more money. CAF have raised the AFCON prize money, and the AFCON prize money have gotten to $7 million. It seems to be good news. Previous times, or especially under Issa Hayatu, you hear a certain amount of money, not too much, 2-point-something million dollars at the end of it, and some countries get to stay 2 years before they get the money. Not good news at all. But CAF, Onte Mosepe, has raised the amount of money to $7 million. We hear that the finalists, a team that finished second, should have about $4 million. If you get to the semifinals, $2.3 million, and it drops to $1.3 million for teams at the quarterfinals. So good opportunity for the Super Eagles to make some more money if they play quite well, get to heightened level, and get to the semifinals and the finals of it, and probably win it. So $7 million in the bag.
Yeah, Blyden. It's good news basically, and then he plays that side by side with let's do it again. It gives you energy, but sadly there's Pizarro that's the coach of the side and some players in the national team right now. Well, this is good, and we're talking about an era where money governs football. Look at the Champions League, the prize money has increased recently. The World Cup, we know how much was splashed at the World Cup basically. So good for CAF that they are following trends and making sure that players are getting more motivated with money, and the fact that there's a lot of investments coming into CAF right now in terms of sponsorship deals, TV rights and all of that too. The main subject in football are the football players. So they need to get, profits from all of this, investment into CAF and into football. And I think it makes sense.
David don't take time regarding this. Just a tidbit in it. Well, I think can they do it? Can they get to the zenith of it and win this prize money?
Well, I just feel maybe the increments in the allocation to who wins this can actually motivate them to do a lot better. But realistically, I do not think the Super Eagles of Nigeria can do it.